We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show. Land Academy is the place to start or grow your land investing company.
I love that.
Right? Why?
Today,
Why?
I don't know, some stuff changed with the script and I like it.
Oh,
It makes sense. It's like
yeah, just change based on what I read or
this
not
is
read.
Episode number 2261, and I like it. I
There
like
we
the
go.
improvements.
By the way, we do provide the tools and support and the education that you need. Pieces I
Yes, we
left
do.
out. We'll just throw them in. We'll sprinkle them in throughout the show.
Hey, even more important than that, today, Jill and I are talking about how to finish 2025 strong in the land investing business. So we are not technically in quarter four yet.
Right.
We're at the end of quarter three. I always plan for the next quarter and the next year, and I'm sick that way.
Do you think
There's a lot
that
of
we
time.
still have time to adjust?
For the next quarter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's what I think. That's the whole
Geez,
point.
At the time when we're recording this, it's actually 9/11.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we've got more than a half of a month to adjust. That's a lot. One of the great things about this business is that you can make decisions and implement them in one moment, literally. If you've ever worked for a big company or even a company with 10 or 12 people, and the decision maker, there's just a lot of stuff that has to go on to make changes. And I love just being able to say, today we're going to record, and today we're not going to record. I'm not the one who usually does that. It's the wonderful lady sitting next to me.
Yes, one of us has a really strict schedule, and we better be on time.
It's true. Stuff gets done. But then do we know how to have fun?
We do.
We have good, flexible, positive fun.
We do. I'm telling you right now, I've had a little too much fun. As I'm sitting here, you see my eyes are like small. I've had too much fun.
We're in the beginning of the pre-retirement stage of our life, and
I thought you were talking about baseball season.
yeah, and baseball.
I think it was pre-postseason
We're
baseball.
sitting in San Diego Padre country right now. Oh, as you can see,
That's
Jill is
why I
shopping.
did a little nod to our team here.
Hey, so anyway, the topic today is how to finish 2025 strong in land investing. And for me, it's always just planning and executing what I plan. It's as simple as that.
Are we going to the topic now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, please share what you have, and then I have a whole well thought out 3-point presentation.
Please go first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thanks. All right. So I was thinking about this, and like you just alluded to, it's not too late. Some people are like, geez, it's September. It's going to be October. I just need to write off 2025, and I'm going to go for it in 2026. Hold on a moment. It's not too late. There's a lot, that you can do to make 2025 very, very strong. And there's some things you need to think about. So I came up with 3 Ds
Oh,
for this. So my 3 Ds to finish the fourth quarter and make your year are about decision, dedication, and delivery.
wow, that's perfect. Yeah, this is a Jill show today.
It is. I'm half awake and saving it all. Just kidding. No. So decision, like goals. For me, it's like, all right, first we got to do is figure out what are we capable of doing in the fourth quarter. So I want you to sit down, think about your numbers, think about your goals. Don't just put in a dollar amount. We can all do that. I'm going to make $100,000 between now and the end of the year. Well, that's great.
That's helpful.
It is, but I need you to be very, a lot more detailed than that. I want you to think about, okay, how many deals you're willing to do. All right, 2 a month. Okay, that's good. So that gives us 2, 4, 6 deals, in the next whatever 90 days to get done. You also have to back out the time, your acquisition time. So you really need to think about that too. It's one thing to say, because you can't really sit down in October and say, I'm going to send on a mailer on October 1. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to sell 2 of them on October 31st. Now that has happened, but I want you to be realistic. So when you're doing these numbers and you're doing this decision planning time, be realistic. So think about the numbers, think about how many deals is realistic, and then you have to really go for those deals. That's where you're going to really in your mailer, in your trolling slash fishing, and putting it all together. Maybe you only have time to do a couple deals, so you need to do 2 deals, and they each need a net 50 grand. Maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe your October is, all right, I'm gonna have the very best mailer going out, and the phones are gonna be, ringing by the end of October. I better be buying a couple of these. I'm gonna sell one in November, one in December, and I'm gonna make my 100 grand. It's something like that. So then 2, that's decision. Do you want to add to that?
I'll go at the end.
Okay.
I'm going to summarize what you're saying with a different analogy, but it's the same stuff.
Okay. Number 2 is dedication. Okay, we've got these numbers, we've got these goals. I know how much mail I need to send. You know all this because you're in Land Academy and you have a regular green. Well, not just that, you have the equity planner. It's Jack's equity planner where you can really plug in. I'm going to do X amount of deals in this amount of time, and you know what the deals need to look like. Buy for this, sell for this, and how much mail you need to send, right? That's really what's going on here. And that's where you're going to figure out the dedication part of it. And that's the time and the energy. How much are you willing to put your head down? And you got to.
I have to interject here because dedication, while I love that you're bringing it up and that we're talking about it, and I mean it, that should honestly just go without saying.
True. It should.
If you're serious about this or anything, serious about anything in life, dedication that's something that should be, while you may not like it, it should be automatic.
True. That's part of this business and how you're successful is because you're dedicating yourself to this.
Yeah.
I've told people that. Thank you for pausing on that because that was a good note to just really talk about more for a moment. So many times I coach people and they don't have it.
Yeah, so then
they're like, oh, I'm going to do it on my spare time. Hold on a moment. This needs to be your life a little bit.
Yeah. If you have trouble with this, this is going to sound unorthodox. You have trouble with not dedication or commitment, but follow through. However you describe, I know I'm supposed to send a 10,000 unit mailer out. I just haven't done it. I just watched. Are you on a roll here? Or come on?
No, that just leads into my third point.
Okay, go ahead.
That's good. So yeah,
I'll tell a story in a
thank you.
second.
So my third point then is delivery, and that is follow through. I wrote follow through, period. That's it. You have to know what you're going to do, make the decision. Dedication, figure out the time and the energy it's really going to take, and delivery, you just have to do it.
If you want to make 100 grand in Q4 in the fourth quarter of this year, in a minute, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that, how many mailers to send out, how to change your attitude and the whole thing. But in the meantime, for a second, I came across, for whatever reason, a video that somebody shared. And it's a guy that, it's a very famous person who shared, I guess, a video of a guy who said, here's the root of the problem with procrastination. And here's how I can stop it in less than 2 minutes. And
This is cool.
If you haven't seen this video, just go out for it. So it's a guy standing in front of a whiteboard as basic as can be. And he said, I'll save you the time actually. People who have issues with procrastination or any type of follow through in general aren't focusing on the outcome. They're focusing on the crap that you have to do. And so he used Elon Musk as an example and all that. But then at the end he said, so think about this. Somebody did a study, a very credible study of thousands and thousands of women who just had their second baby. And their question was, why did you do this? I mean, what, they said, well, I just wanted to have another baby, but I'm never having another one again. Why? Because it's awful. This birthing experience is awful. Well, you already went through it once. Why did you choose to do this again? Because I just wanted to have another baby. So they're not focusing on being pregnant and having the whole birthing experience, which is not pleasant for anyone. They're focusing on having that baby in their arms when they're done. And so what you need to be focusing on with Land Academy or anything that you want to accomplish is the results. And you want 100 grand in your pocket. So this is what you do. At the time of this recording.
I can't wait to comment on the 2 kids part.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I don't know why people have 2 children or 3 children in any of it.
I have to tell you.
The first one.
Well, hold on a moment. I speak from experience here. Number 2 was we wanted to try for the opposite sex. Check. Got that done.
That's the outcome.
That was the outcome, right? And then number 3 was I want to make sure we hit an even number for roller coaster rides.
It's just fascinating, Joe.
But it was really about the
Fascinates me.
opposite sex because the men wants the boy. We got the girl first, so you had to do it again for a boy. It worked out great. I wonder if it was two girls and we would have kept going because we all know people that have done that and it didn't work. They ended up with like 4 girls.
You want to hate how we're going to get over this. It's
Sorry.
staggering.
It's true.
I know. I know it's true for
Okay.
you.
Oh, it's true for other people too. Thank you. Go ahead.
So my point is, you understand my point. So in Q4, you want to make $100,000. You want to have $100,000 more in your checking account than when you started. This is what you do. You work. You have, at the time of this recording, it's 9/11. You have more than 2 weeks to plan for the next 3 months of the entire process of buying and selling land or houses if you want. You know, Jill and I are not quiet about it. We buy and sell houses also. So you're going to back into the number of mailers that you need to send out, the mailer yield that you're comfortable with, and you need to get cracking. It's never been easier. We have this new product called Deal Complete. Go to dealcomplete.com. You can check it all out. It takes away the entire effort of it takes away my job. Aside from choosing where and analyzing where to send mail, the whole mailer process and pricing is done in this application for you by our people, the same people that do our mailers. But anyway, let's say your mailer yield for any given transaction you believe is 10,000 units. That's that's a very liberal number. I think you can do a lot of deals with 10,000 units, but if you're brand new and you're concerned about talking on the phone or whatever, overkill in the mail is appropriate. So you send 10 for 1. That means you need to, if you want to make 25, let's say $33,000 a deal in profit, you need to do 3 deals. So you need to send out approximately 30,000 mailers, which is massive gross overkill. If I sent out 30,000 mailers right now, we would do probably 10 or 20 deals. And I'm not bragging. It's just because we have a ton of experience and we have Jill. Jill can create a real estate transaction where there wasn't one half hour prior. So these are real numbers. They send out 30,000 units. You stagger it. I would highly recommend that you use the red, green, yellow test and the Deal Complete application to find 3 markets that are separate. Send out 10,000 units each. There's a very strong chance, very, very strong chance that if those markets are chosen well, as we talk about in the Land Academy program, you're going to find a deal where you buy and sell it very quickly inside of 2 weeks to 30 days, where you make $33,000 which is also a very low number. We don't do deals anymore unless we make $100,000 or so. Well, Jack, I don't have the money. Where am I going to get money to buy a property for $80,000 and sell it for $30,000 or $40,000 more? Easy. In Land Academy, we have deal funding. And so if this is the first time listening to the show, you really don't have to. You don't have to have any money. You need the time, the dedication to learning this. Most of you who are listening to this already have all that. And you know that you've already tested this and you know that it works. It's tested for a reason. Just execute. That's it.
I've been thinking about over the years the Land Academy too, and different people I've talked to about this and in the year. And it's very interesting how many people just coast in the wintertime. And sometimes it's because they're giving up. I've heard different things that happen. One is they kind of go, 2025 shot. I'm going for it in 2026. Sometimes they've done really, really well. Oh, well, I hit my goals. But no matter what, if you don't stay the course, you are going to goof yourself up. Because why? Because if you don't keep your systems and your routine and everything, you're not going to get 2026 off to a great start. If you don't have this mail out there in play I'm not kidding too. Watch what happens around the holidays. Get all of November and December, keep this mail out there and your business flowing. Yeah, take the holidays off. You don't have to, be hardcore about it. I have done that and sometimes I will, but I work around people, whatever. I'm weird.
That's true. No,
I live, breathe, and eat this, so I love it.
I'm the same kind of weird.
Yeah.
If you want to work through the holidays and make some money,
we will.
We understand you.
Yeah, but the the whole point. I'm trying to think of things that I'm thinking outside the box of why I watch people fail, right? We just told you how to do it right. And what happens is too, if you think, like I said, maybe you did it great. But if you don't keep going and keep this momentum, congratulations, your 2025 is gonna end up perfect, Michelle B. And she knows because she's doing awesome. She's using her as an example because I know she sets these really good goals and golly, she hits them.
Like millions.
She does really well. And she knows you can't back off because it will slow down your momentum going into the next year. So you have to do this. I think for me, the secret sauce is eating and breathing and living this, figuring out how to make this your life and make this a part of your life, because then you can come up for air in a couple of years and go, whoa, look at that bank balance. What just happened?
Imagine you own a convenience store and it's September and you did a budget last year, right before Thanksgiving, about revenue, expense, net income, and the whole thing. And it's September now and you have achieved your budget. Do you close the doors and say, I made $100,000 this year. This is what I was supposed to do. I'm going to close the doors.
Send the employees home.
Reopen.
Yeah.
On January 1st. No, that's insane. You would never do that. And no, you would lose all kinds of clientele and all kinds of stuff.
And the employees might get other jobs.
Do you say to yourself, you know what? Let's say in another situation, you haven't yet hit your goal. You have a pretty serious chance of hitting it by the year end, but you have to buy new inventory. You got to spend a little bit of money so that you can resell the merchandise and maybe do a little bit of marketing, hand out some stuff in the front of the store. I don't know, pamphlets or whatever. I don't know what the situation is, but you don't bat an eyelash at spending money for new inventory, chips and stuff or whatever you're selling, to try to hit your goal, mark them up and try to hit your goal. Maybe you try some new marketing. Maybe you try some new products. Maybe you move stuff around in the store, but you're doing stuff. You're actively doing stuff. We have so many, as you're going to hear in a second, how many success stories we have. We have so many success stories in Land Academy and in this business in general. The vast amount go unsung. We never hear about it. We just never. We have people in our group. This is our 10th year, right? Mm-hmm. We have people in our group. Literally, they're the first 20 people that signed up that are still in our group, still hitting goal, and still reach out to us very rarely, once in a while, and say, "Wow, this is just amazing. Thank you again."
That's the best part. We know when you go dark, like, well, they're doing great.
Yeah.
they don't need us very much.
Last analogy. If you're going to go out fishing and you need to catch 3 fish, you need to. Not 1. How many lines do you put in the water? As many as you possibly can to get those 3 fish. You don't put 1 in and hope to catch 3 fish on that line. You don't put 3 in and hope to catch 1 fish on each line. If you have 30 lines, put in 30 lines. And the faster you can get there, the better. And so this is just a common sense approach. And for those of you who fall in that category that I just mentioned, congratulations. We're going to hear from a couple in a second here. But if you're not there yet, it just takes Jill's 3 Ds.
And no matter how, I have one more D, discouraged.
What?
I'm throwing one.
That's so negative.
Well, just a second. I can remember how discouraged you think it is or whatever. Just tomorrow's
discouraged,
a new day.
like you had 2 girls and not a girl and a boy.
That's it. You just, and like now you're going, yeah.
Jill turned 95 yesterday.
Yeah. That's exactly it. So no matter what, tomorrow's a new day. I find myself saying that to a lot of people. They're like, I blew it. I'm never gonna get this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Shake it off. Get up tomorrow. You're gonna be fine. And tomorrow's a new day. You got this.
It's easier to do nothing than something.
It's true.
I'm gonna unfortunate.
Well, no, but you know what? Sometimes when you do nothing, you are doing something. You're making a decision, not the right one.
So we've covered that. We're going to talk now about, I guess this is segment 2, because we've got a new format, what you're working on now.
Our Land Command community. What are you doing here? All right, so we have a big win to share. And then we have 3 questions we're going to answer. So our win is from Matt B. been with us for years. And Matt said, oh my gosh, biggest deal yet. Got a call on the expiration date of my offer from a seller wanting to accept. However, they need to extend the offer 60 days as the property was tied up in probate. After weeks of getting all the parties on the same page, we closed. Here are the numbers. Purchase price, $54,000. No improvements, aka the Land Academy way. We're not doing anything to it. Listed with an agent, aka my favorite way, by the way. And sales price, $185,000. So, what's HUD to HUD?
HUD to HUD is the HUD closing statement.
Oh, HUD, dud, duh.
You know, on the
Okay,
buy
sorry.
side, there's a prorated statement.
Took me a
called the HUD.
second.
So what this person's talking about is the buy side HUD to the sell buy side closing statement to the sell side closing statement is profit of $123,869.
Closed on the buy side. Closed on the buy side on June 30th, 2025. Sold and closed on August 29th, 2025. This is our numbers.
That's what I mean.
There's your $123,000. We didn't even know we had this in here.
In a
We were doing
single quarter. Yes.
our previous segment. There, that's it. That one
Yeah.
deal, and he did it in time.
And if you I've done
Love
been
it,
doing this
Matt.
for a while,
Congrats.
5,000 or 6,000 units should get you a deal like this.
Yeah.
So you send out 5,000 or 6,000 mailer units in it, or some number like that.
This could be you.
Yep.
You know what's interesting? At the end of the year, people worry about the end of the year, people wanting to spend money. Not only people want to get money around the holidays, maybe it should be another show for next week. But people around the holidays want to get money for obvious reasons. They're, Christmas and the holidays are expensive. They also want to spend money. Hey, I got to get some stuff off my books in 2025. That comes into play too. So don't think just because you've got a property, you're putting it on the market December 1, it's not going to sell. Watch.
We don't see material slow down in the 12 months of the year.
Exactly.
A lot of that has to do with we're not sending a lot of mail to northern Minnesota.
There's that.
Today we have a few questions from you in our online Discord community, the Land Academy Discord community.
Okay, I have 3. First one is from Tracy, and Tracy wrote, I'd like to have a clear understanding what it looks like to the seller if we get our deal funded. Do they need to sign a new contract once we find the funder, or do they even need to know if we have a funder? I'd like to understand so I can navigate the conversation and have their experience as smooth as possible. May I?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. So as far as they're concerned, Tracy, I'm your partner. They don't need to know anything. They don't need to know that this is the first deal we've ever done together or the 80th deal we've done together. I'm your partner. That's it. We're both here doing this decision. And if you had a purchase agreement, don't change anything, by the way. But if you have a purchase agreement with some kind of a wording is, purchaser is like Tracy Smith, or what is it, or signees or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then most title companies are like, that's fine. We don't really care. But some title companies will along the way say, hey, we need an updated purchase agreement with the name on it so it matches the deed name, which is like one of our LLCs. No big deal. So if and when that happens, you're down the path, you've opened escrow, seller doesn't know where the money's coming from. You and I are talking behind the scenes. You're the deal manager. You're getting everything done. And then escrow company calls you and says, hey, Tracy, you need to get Jill, we need to get the seller, I should say, to sign this thing with, this name on it. All you're going to do is call the seller and no problem. I'll make sure they get this done. And you just let the seller know, hey, I'm sending over a DocuSign. We're going to put it in a different name, just so you know. So watch for that. You'll see the price. Everything's the same. When you get it, please sign it. If you have any questions, let me know. And that's it. It's that easy and that fast. They don't care. Because it could be you're buying in your name and you think, oh, you know what? Instead I'm going to put in my company name or I'm going to put in this company name, whatever it is. It's just like that. And they could care less. All they care about is the check that they're receiving on closing day is what they expect.
Tracy, I'm really glad you asked this question. I'm going to read between the lines here about some other things that are going on, not with you, but just with the world, and make some commentary on it in the hopes that it helps you. When I started in accounting, in public accounting, I was worked my way up all the way to partner at KPMG. I do not have an accounting degree. But the entire career, I was surrounded by CPAs, people that are, have taken their education as far as they can go from an accounting standpoint. And they're good enough at it academically and in the real world to get into KPMG. What I noticed after about 8 months of hanging around these people is that they never talked about accounting, ever. They were talking about customers. They were talking about good customers, bad customers, people they liked that worked for them, or people that they did or didn't like above them. And so it was always about people, always. It was never about, hey, from an accounting treatment standpoint, you could look at this point a little bit better. Never, not a single conversation. What I took away from that is what I want you to take away from this. You think you don't know stuff, but I'm telling you right now, the funder, Jill included, isn't going to rattle off some terms that you don't know. She's going to respond to you like as every lender / funder will respond to you like a person. Are you funny? Are you an interesting person? Are you asking a lot of good questions? Are you listening to the answers? Are you following through with agreements that you send? Are you negotiating well and saying, well, just being a regular person? And when you aren't sure about something, asking a couple of simple questions. That's how you get everything done in life, not just deal funding. And so please don't be intimidated by terminology or buying and selling land or real estate or any of that stuff. Nobody really cares. It's all secondary it's all secondary against you as a person and dealing with you. And if there's a problem, picking up the phone or all of that. I can't tell you early on when we were deal funders, how many times people just went dark. And I honestly think they're intimidated, and there was nothing wrong with the deal. They just didn't, I don't think they wanted to, I think they were intimidated or something. I mean, what do you think?
I haven't noticed that.
No, way early on.
Oh,
Not recent.
I don't remember that. I don't remember anybody going dark or anything like that.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Sorry.
Thanks for supporting my thing.
I'm sorry.
I guess we have a different memory.
I guess we do. That's okay. It's just relationships.
Yeah.
That's it. Let's could we do a question too?
Yeah.
All right. Tara wrote, I'm working on my first mailer and I've exported leads in my target zip code. When I'm doing my test for reason, I noticed two things. One, the data pulled a lot of the properties with structures on them, despite my efforts to exclude them. And then two, hundreds, if not more, properties owned by corporations like municipalities, local companies, and LLCs. I know the more mail we send, the better, but should I be trying to remove these properties, or is it just part of it when we cast a wide net?
This is a very valid and great question. You never want to send a mailer to somebody as an owner who there's just no chance of them responding. And so we cover this and have covered it for 10 plus years in the Land Academy program. We've got all kinds of ways to pull this stuff out, especially with the Deal Complete application that we just released. All kinds of ways to extract completely illogical owners of real estate. For example, the Springfield Water Association. I mean, do you want to waste 70 cents or whatever it is to stamp that? They're just going to shred that immediately. It's not going to make it past the mailroom. Another great one is the USA. There are a tremendous number of properties that are, for whatever reason, owned by the USA or the United States of America, or all kinds of variations on that, some with periods, some not. From a data standpoint, can get messy. Again, Deal Complete addresses all of that. So to directly answer your question, no, you want to scrub out all of those real illogical receivers of offers. I will tell you from experience, there are some entities, I'll list them right now, that people want to take out of their mailers, and I don't know why. Churches, leave them in. Any nonprofits, leave them in. They love selling property that's donated to them and just turning it into cash, and you make it easier for them. What else, Joe?
But you mentioned local companies, leave them in. LLCs,
all
leave them in.
LLCs and companies.
Yeah, leave them in.
We do deals with companies all the time.
I'm going to chime in and say real quick, because you mentioned Deal Complete. By the time this airs, it will be available to the public. Like, what are we talking about? Just go check
Oh,
out
is it just so Land
dealcomplete.com.
Academy? I didn't know that.
But it's opening up to the public this weekend. So yeah, you will have access to this.
As far as structures go, it really depends on the municipality that you're sending it to. So, some municipalities love data, and their databases are accurate. And when you look up at any given property, sometimes it'll say there's a structure here, this is how we value it, and all that. Some municipalities, some of the ones that are more rural, Arkansas and South Dakota specifically, and some parts of Oklahoma and New Mexico, specifically don't have up-to-date tax rolls. And so that database is made up of tax rolls. And there's some places in Arkansas, and I'm not picking on Arkansas, we love going there. They just don't care if there's a structure on it. They're taxing it a certain way. Some places in Arkansas don't have any building permit requirements, so they just don't know and don't care. So yeah, you're going to get, depending on where you send it, sometimes there's structures in it.
Isn't that amazing? That's one of the things that I thought was so interesting when I really got into this and first started doing this full time with you. Especially like for me, it was West Texas. When every time I had a county, and there were a few out there that they're like, they would just really nice to say, "Lady, you just knock yourself out. Short of building a casino, we don't care what you do with it." I'm like, wow, this is the greatest thing ever.
I have to tell you, many times we sent mailers out because the data was incomplete to people with structures on their property. They signed it and sent it back, and we bought it. Yeah. So we bought a shack or a house or whatever, or really a lot of mobile homes.
It's amazing. Okay, our third question today comes from Carla. And Carla wrote, "I just joined Land Academy and I'm so scared and so excited. Oh, all good, all normal and real and healthy and welcome. Has there ever been a time when you wanted to quit the business?"
Excluding 30 minutes ago?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Not because of the business. No, that's a really good question.
The land business? Has there been a time where I sat down and said, that's it. One time.
This is good.
One single time. And it was in 2009. And the economy was so bad that we couldn't give land away. There's nothing like that has happened since. And I hope it never happens again like that. So I was largely a victim of my own, how I set up the company to sell land, which was just through eBay. Which is, I look now back and it was a single point of failure. So it treated us great for a decade. And so I had a ton of property that I just couldn't sell. And so enter Jill. And she got on the phone and simply said, "Who's buying all this? Who bought all this other property? These thousands of lots that you sold? What are their names and numbers?" And then she picked up the phone, started calling them, and sold it just a ton of inventory that I had chalked off as unsellable. And it's just going to go back to the taxing authority. So there was that one time. But ever since then, I got a huge sense of confidence from that, and having a business partner like Jill that, I don't know, have you ever had a time where just like, what? I've had it.
No, not land.
Not a bad day, but
not land.
Yeah.
No, that's the funny thing. We've had other companies over the years, and land always kept everything else afloat. Always was able to put food on the table because of land. And once you know it and learn it, you have it down. You always have a fallback plan.
So what I read in this question is it's daunting. You got to take little bites out of everything. I have to tell you on a personal note, Jill and I just bought a 50-foot sailboat, and we're in San Diego. I've been on it. Jill goes back and forth to Phoenix once in a while, and so it's been daunting for me. The projects, it's in great shape. It's in fantastic shape. Been sitting on it now, but to get it ready to really go where we want to go, there's been project after project after project, and this is new for me. There's a lot of handyman stuff, way beyond handyman, maintenance, sailing. There's a lot of sailing and rigging issues and diesel mechanic stuff. So I'm way out. I have been, not so much now, but when we started this, way out of my comfort zone. It was daunting. Made a checklist. I gave the people part of it, asked Jill to do it. She took that out of my life, and then the rest of it we got done. So it gets done. There's a little crying. There's some crying and about it, but it gets done.
It's okay. It's men can cry.
Yeah.
It's
okay. Wouldn't say that.
What's that?
The way they say that. Well, Men can cry. Try crying in front of your woman. See what happens.
I'm
Try
I know.
fracturing your finger because you're in the middle of a diesel mechanic scenario and cry about it with your woman and see how that goes.
I understand. All right. So I mentioned Deal Complete. So I want to tell you right now, too, we now have a Deal Complete ebook. It is so flippin' cool. You got to check it out. So in that ebook, you will learn how to get mailer out of the door, like out of your life, everything done in under 30 minutes.
This is all new to me.
It's so cool. So to download your free copy, all you gotta do is simply go to dealcomplete.com/ebook. It's there for you. It's
Amazing.
awesome.
Hey, if you like this episode, please drop us a comment. It affects the algorithm, so you can get more of the content that you're providing. If you share a win or a question, we might feature it on the next week's episode.
Yay.
Join us next week where we discuss how to build a land business that actually gives you freedom.
Oh, we are truly walking, living, breathing
Yeah.
examples of that and have been for quite some
For
time.
decades, yes.
Yeah, we'll share all about that too. Thank you for joining us and see you next week.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
And inspiration.
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.